Celibacy and dating.
Two eyes to see, God's no type of servant. Guys, this topic here is pretty interesting. Now, here's the deal: celibacy and dating where people sustain, okay? Um, Not sustain, abstain, right? Abstain, which means that they don't do, okay? So, people who abstain from being intimate with someone for different reasons. Some people it's for Christian reasons, and some people it's not. It's simply an individual who wants to know if the person is with them for the right reason, meaning they are with them because of their qualities and maybe they are a great cook or they're fun to be around and you know they add to the individuals, and it's not just about being intimate, right? Let me read this real quick before I forget. Let's just go ahead and read this. Celibacy and dating refers to the practice of choosing to abstain from sexual activity while still actively engaging in dating. Interesting, right? So I need to be transparent with you guys because there are so many people who are leaders. And when I say leaders, people who are teaching God's word, living holy, okay? And people are looking to them to lead by example, right? And so a lot of people want to go behind closed doors with their BFF or whomever and have this conversation where they converse back and forth about this topic because nobody really wants to just be open and honest about it. So I felt like, let me help somebody, okay? So you'll stumble upon this video and you can get some insight. You may take part of what I'm saying and apply it to what you're currently doing, or you may listen to it all. However, okay, you can benefit from it because I'm being transparent. Now, here's what I want to say off top. Of course, I can't cover everything, so I'll have to do maybe one, two, three, or however many videos I need to do to help you guys out. Whenever you're dating and you're abstaining from being intimate with the person that you're dating, at the onset, when you guys first exchange numbers, okay, it could be at the first date because a lot of times people don't have their first conversation over the telephone or through text. Sometimes you can meet a person and they may say to you, okay, in that moment, let's say you're in the grocery store and you're shopping and you kind of checking out and they checking out and they may say something like, Applebee's is right down the road or Copeland's is right down the road. Um, can we go grab a bite to eat? And you talk then. So it happens in different ways depending on the situation. But here's what I want to offer as a piece of advice. Do not go an extremely long time without discussing this. When you are telling them a little something about you, you need to make certain that you include this because you should be fair to this person. You should not string them along and they're thinking, okay, she's just like the last person that I dated, or he's just like the last person that I dated. He or she may be a Christian, but surely they're being intimate um, with the person that they're dating. Because here's what happens: a lot of people are guilty of using their own definitions of what a Christian should or should not do based on their lifestyle or how they want to be comfortable as being a Christian. So what they'll do is some of them do it knowingly and some of them do it unknowingly. They'll tweak things to fit their behaviors to say that they are still a Christian. And we can't do that. The rules are the rules. The principles and rules are in the Bible, and we're supposed to obey and adhere to the rules, right? And so we know being intimate prior to marrying this individual is not biblical in no way. Okay, we know this. And it's not how God would have it. We're supposed to, when we're intimate with an individual, we're supposed to be in the definements of a marriage, right? We know this. So you discussed it at the onset, and you let the person know, because as I just stated, they may be in the relationship thinking that it's going to be the way that they perceive it to be from their previous relationships, because a lot of people who approach me, they are Christians too, but they fall in the category of what I just stated. They have their own rules, and they make comments and statements like this. For those of you who can identify in living what it is that I'm speaking about, they say things like this. Well, surely God would understand. Um, we're not perfect people. We have needs, and it's not like, we're shacking and living together. It's just, every once in a while just to satisfy our needs. No, that's not how that goes. And you're not supposed to be rude when that person makes that comment. You know why? Because that's how a lot of people who are Christians are doing it. That's just what they do. That's where we are with things. So you're not, and I'm not in a position to judge or say anything about anybody else. We just simply say, well, okay, that's not how I do it, and that doesn't apply to me. Now, fast forward, okay, you're in the relationship, and it's been 6 or 7 months, and he or she has told you, you know what, I really, really like you, and I'm okay with the fact that we're going to be dating and we're not going to be intimate. So then you would say to me, okay, now Nicole, how do I handle that? What am I supposed to do with that when they say that? Or they just throwing that out there because they're going to try to get me in different positions and do different things and try to tempt me to see if they're going to be able to break me? Perhaps that can be the case. But then you have those that may not be doing it for that reason and really like you and willing to give it a try to see where it goes, right? So let's say we're fast forward down the road and we 6 or 7, 8 months into this relationship, and he or she comes to you and say, well, I'm ready for a committed relationship, and I really like you, and I've been considering marriage. What do you think about that? Now, that whole little piece of what I just said, you're going to have to be in a certain age bracket to even understand that. Why? Because it shortcuts over here. When you reach a certain age, it shortcuts. And the reason why I say shortcuts, because you should know what you want, who you want, and how things are supposed to be. So, we're not babes, we're grown, mature adults. So here's how this would go. At the very onset of the individual telling you that they want to proceed with you, knowing that you're not going to be intimate with them, you have to be in prayer with God and ask Him to reveal, and don't let you miss opportunities that He's going to reveal whether or not this person is in fact someone you should commit with and potentially marry. Okay? So you're not playing games. If the person asks you, then you can openly say that that's what you're doing. But if they don't ask, then that's just between you and God, and so you're praying. And so you're going to notice in the dating, when you're doing engaging things, like you may be skating, or you may be playing basketball or golf, whatever the case may be. You can be painting, or the two of you may be cooking together. You're going to receive some things that God is going to highlight. It's all going to pop out at you. And here's the thing. You do not have to be a prophet to see this, because God is going to honor your request. Do you know why? He's going to honor your request to show you who this individual is and if it's in fact somebody you should commit with, because you are sustaining. There I go again with the sustaining. You are abstaining from having intimacy with this person. And because you're doing this, God is going to honor and reveal to you who this individual is. Now, for those of you who would say, okay, Nicole, now where do I go for that, from there? Do I give in? How is that handled? Here's what I'm going to say to you until we continue, because remember I told you this is going to be a continuation. Here's what I'm going to leave you with. The same God that is going to be dropping you little nuggets while you're dating this person and engaging with them, He's going to give you strategic, practical things to let you know which direction you're going to go. How do I know this? Because it has happened for me. Okay? So I pray that this thing on celibacy and dating has helped someone. It's doable. Don't let anybody tell you otherwise, because guess what? I'm happy, I'm full of joy, and I live a great life. All right? I'm not taking anything or judging any other person who would be a Christian or not a Christian who is engaging in being intimate with their partner while they're dating. I'm simply here to help those who are living the life that I live, and I just wanted to be transparent with you guys, okay? You guys be blessed, and I hope that this helped in some way.